How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's Lor-Online here again today, bringing you yet another video, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 things to look forward to in Star Wars The Old Republic, and the top 10 reasons you should definitely give the game a go, if you haven't already. Now, unlike most top 10s, this is in no particular order, as I'm just going to be talking about the general premise of stuff coming up in Update 6.0, and of course, 5.10.3. So, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy yet another Star Wars The Old Republic video.
Number 10.
First up on our list today is the new gearing system coming to Update 6.0. These gearing changes include complete item overhauls focused around the concept of making class gameplay more versatile for both new and experienced players. Eric Musco contextualizes the intended benefit of this change, saying that BioWare aims to make SWTOR gearing much more particular, giving players more options around playstyle that should make everyone's own experience feel that bit more unique. The first of these two items mentioned by Musco is the tactical item, which should modify one's own class discipline, making said discipline's abilities work differently, as seen in similar MMOs such as the Elder Scrolls Online. The goal of these tactical items, as stated by Musco, is for players to use these new items/abilities in situations that they previously wouldn't have, more often against specific targets and enemies. An example impact of this tactical item, off the top of my head, would be an activatable item or ability, i.e. Saber Reflect for the Sith Warrior, that deflects both white damage as well as force and tech damage. So I'm sure there'd be a balancing trade-off for this extra perk, i.e. 2 extra force/rage cost, but this is just all conceptual, and I am definitely looking forward to see how Star Wars The Old Republic delivers on this new system. The second mentioned option by Musco is the addition of a wider array of set bonuses, which for those unfamiliar are gear pieces that contribute additional stats to the player's hypothetical stat pool. Unlike tactical items, these set bonuses contribute more to your character's statistics rather than abilities. Some example effects as listed by Musco would be bleeds, force damage, lightning, shields, things along that premise. So you can expect other items such as cover and increases to your base stats, so stuff like alacrity increases, critical rating increases, shield and defense increases, that general premise.
Number 9.
Following on is the upcoming planet Onderon, to be added in Update 6.0. Onderon is featured in the original KOTOR games, specifically KOTOR 2, whereas the Jedi exile travels to Onderon in search of a Jedi Master. Onderon and its capital city of Isis has been featured in an abundance of Star Wars materials, including comics, novels, the Clone Wars TV show, so regardless of how you consume Star Wars media, you've probably heard of Onderon before. Now, Onderon also features an array of interesting creatures and factions that I hope SWTOR explores, such as the Drexels, also known as the War Beasts, as featured in the audio drama Tales of the Jedi KOTOR. In terms of story direction, I'd very much so like to think that we'll hear more about the Mandalorians, perhaps something more about Mandalore the Ultimate after his disappearance in 4.0. It's definitely something to look forward to, and with Charles Boyd writing the bulk of the story, I'd like to think we definitely hear something about the Mandalorians somewhere in the script, especially with his background in cosplay. And for those of you who don't know, definitely go and check out Charles Boyd's Twitter. There's tons of really awesome Mandalorian cosplays on there. So fingers crossed for some Mandalorian content.
Number 8.
At Star Wars Celebration, some details were disclosed concerning a new score coming to Star Wars The Old Republic. This new score would be featured on the menu screen, and after hearing the OST on repeat since 2011, it's a nice change to finally have some new music implemented. Hopefully, it should bring a new tone to the character selection screen. Now, we don't know much in terms of who's writing the score, but we can assume it's either Mark Griskey, who was present for Star Wars The Old Republic's release score, and the Shadow of Revan theme, but it again could be the KOTEF and KOTET music team, which includes John Beard, Gordy Habb, Jesse Harlin, Edward Tribeck, and Henry Wilkinson. And Henry Wilkinson was the actual orchestrator for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV series, the Marvel TV series, which might bring a nice change of pace to the Star Wars The Old Republic universe. I'm hoping we'll hear an announcement soon of who's actually writing and working on the score, but it could become someone, completely different, so we'll have to wait and see. Definitely something to look forward to.
Number 7.
Next up, we have the Republic versus the Empire themed narrative. The current established story pitches Jedi Master Tau versus Darth Malgus in an epic confrontation, representing the pending conflict between both the Republic and the new Empire. Towards the tail end of 2018, Charles Boyd uploaded a document on the state of the galaxy after KOTET and the Iokath incursion. We as a community found out that both the Republic and the Empire were rebuilding their armies and preparing for a full-scale war. More recently, however, the Empire discovered the new Jedi Academy on the planet of Ossus, nearby a Republic outpost. In retaliation, the Empire sieged the planet and destroyed the temple. With this war now reignited, the Empire is currently searching the galaxy for any more Republic-aligned settlements in hope of purging them off the galaxy map. Now, Charles Boyd again has recently posted on the Star Wars The Old Republic website a tactical report on the planet of Dantooine that discusses a massive build-up of Republic and pirate forces around the planet. In response, the Empire has dispatched a stealth team to go and investigate, but again, this is sort of the prelude to the prelude of 6.0, so we're going to have to of course wait to hear more, but this impending conflict is something that we are all definitely looking forward to.
Number 6.
Next up on our list is a new operation set on the moon of Duxon. Again, Duxon was featured in KOTOR 2 and homes the Mandalorian headquarters. The planet itself is infested with an array of ancient Mandalorian tech from the Neo-Crusader era, including Neo-Crusader armor and of course Basilisk war droids. The war droids, in my opinion, would make a pretty amazing mount, definitely something for the devs to explore. As for the operation itself, there's not much the devs have revealed. We know the plot will involve the Circa Corporation in some way, and will most likely be about the selling of wildlife from Duxon, which again could involve the Drexel creatures I discussed earlier. There was also some mention of Trandoshans at Star Wars Celebration, so we may see the return of the Scorekeeper, but again, we're going to have to wait and see. But personally, I'm really looking forward to hearing about the actual boss encounters that will feature throughout the operation. I'm kind of a sucker for new character models, and of course new mechanics, so fingers crossed we get some nice new creatures to fight.
Number 5.
Kind of a small one on our list today. Next, we have the Nautilans, which is a new playable species in Star Wars The Old Republic. So SWTOR has not had a new playable species for a little while now. The last one being the Torgruta, that was added alongside the Yavin Stronghold. But with 6.0, we're going to be receiving the Nautilans, which will encompass within them a whole variety of colours, symbols and misc outfitting, so you can decorate your Nautilin to look how you want. Of course, you could be either a male or a female Nautilin, and if you're subbed, you'll get this all for free, along with pretty much all of 6.0, so there's not really much more to say for that, but I'm most definitely looking forward to having the Nautilin race as another playable race in the game. It definitely adds to the theoretical content pool, so thumbs up BioWare for that one.
Number 4.
Following up on our list today, we have the act of revisiting Corellia through the upcoming Flashpoint. For those unfamiliar, Corellia has been featured in the MMO already and served as sort of the epitome for most of Star Wars The Old Republic's character arcs. Therefore, Corellia already features a rich and diverse lore with an equally as complicated and spellbinding history. Overall, I feel that SWTOR really covers the planet quite well already, and in the upcoming 6.0 expansion, players will have the opportunity to delve back into the planet through a new group-based Flashpoint. The developers are planning to disclose the current situation in terms of the planet's position in the galaxy, so the allegiance of the planet, the side it is bound to, whether it's Republic or of course Empire now. We are not 100% sure with the current events that have transpired with the First Galactic War. The Flashpoint also seems to embody the outcome of the fight between both Tau and Malgus featured in the game's marketing materials, and because of this, I find it to be actually a unique opportunity for the devs, Boyd, Musco, and the crew, to take parts of the planet that people uniquely found to be quite positive. Of course, there has been some really good reception around Corellia and some rather bad reception when the game first came out, but more recently, I feel this is an opportunity for the devs to take the good parts of the planet and channel them into this Flashpoint and give us something visually stunning, something that is really quite fun and engaging for the fan base to sort of invest time into. Also, there's the lore opportunities that come with this sort of looking back at a already visited planet. There's a chance to reintroduce some of the former Legends material, and of course some of the current canon materials featured in other medias, such as the Golden Beaches of Corellia as featured in the comics, as well as other such iconic items that we see throughout Corellia's timeline in films such as Solo. For example, the original model of Corellian freighter, something along those lines. It is definitely an opportunity for the devs to actually take a step back and explore this planet a little bit more in-depthly, which I feel they've already done. But again, the more the merrier, I think it's fair to say. Focusing more specifically on Flashpoints now, I'd say that in more recent years with Star Wars The Old Republic, we've had some rather interesting and engaging mechanics featured throughout the newer Flashpoints over the last 2-3 years, such as Traitor Amongst the Chiss, Nathema Conspiracy, and of course the Umbaran Train with the Spider Tank. Now, I can only speculate that the new Flashpoint will be similar in design to these former Flashpoints, and I think we should all be excited about the potential new combat opportunities that will come with yet another Flashpoint. So again, something we should probably look forward to. Number
3.
Moving on, we have the upcoming planet of Mek-Sha, which was introduced by Charles Boyd and Eric Musco at the Star Wars Celebration presentation. The SWTOR design team has been very innovative here, bringing us a completely new zone. Mek-Sha, from what we know, is an independent fueling station built inside some sort of mined-out asteroid. It was once controlled by the Hutt cartel and was home to many various groups of individuals, including like smugglers, pirates, traders and refugees, that sort of thing. Beyond that, we can only speculate. But kindly, the development team has issued us cover art so we can analyze and sort of get a feel for the planet. And based on my speculation, I'd say it's probably some neutral system where the Republic and the Empire can kind of negotiate and see if they can come to some compromise, which, as we know, they never do. So that is probably going to be the outcome of that. Personally, I think the planet reminds me somewhat of Asylum from the original KOTOR storyline, where Valen, Senya and Arkan all meet up again after some time and fight the Outlander. I don't want to spoil the KOTOR story if you haven't played it already, but it was very engaging and it's one of my favourite planets in the game. So it's nice to see a similar planet reappear in the Star Wars lore.
Number 2.
At the second spot on our list today, and of course again this is in no particular order, but this is pretty meaningful to me because I personally don't like shoveling too much money into these games. I don't have the money, I'm a uni student, so I'm not, made of dollars. But basically, Update 6.0 is going to be free to all subscribers, something that is very relieving to hear, especially from BioWare being a subsidiary of EA. It's nice to know that we're going to get some nice content coming in for free. So that's a big deal to me in itself. From there, I don't really mind the direction. as long as it's free, I'll just be happy. Big smile on my face here, not having to spend too much more money on the game. And, I'm sure by now all of us have been playing for 7 years or so. So we're racking up these massive purchase histories. I'd hate to think what some people have spent. I have a friend who buys the hyper crates every month. And I just sit there going, I would be bankrupt in your shoes, man. I don't have this sort of money. But there you go. Update 6.0 is going to be free to all subscribers. Something very much so to look forward to.
Number 1.
Finally on this list today, we have the upcoming planet coming to 5.10.3, which is a rather big update around the planet of Dantooine. This is currently on PTS, by the way, as well, if you'd like to go take a look at the planet now. But currently, we know there's going to be 3 major factions, the Empire, the Republic, and the Nova Blade Pirates, as I've stated previously in this video. The Nova Blade Pirates specifically, however, we haven't heard much about since 3.0. The Shadow of Revan, of course, when the Nova Blade Pirates helped Revan in taking over the galaxy. They, of course, failed. But again, something to definitely look forward to. Also, we've seen a whole bunch of unique models on the PTS, like the Cathounds, the Flutterplumes, and an array of various fauna, which are brand new models, I might add. Some cool trees, some cool wildlife, stuff that should definitely hype us up for the upcoming expansion. Bear in mind, this is all going to be a prelude to 6.0 as well, so it should update you with the story and get you sort of on track with what's going on in the universe right now. Again, I'm really looking forward to this expansion, and I can't wait to sort of see what they do with 5.10.3 and 6.0 from there. More specifically with this new planet, actually, the primary focus that most people are hyping up about right now is a new event coming out called the Pirate Incursion, and we have not had a new event in Star Wars: The Old Republic for years. Of course, we had the Bounty Brokers Association, the Rat Ghoul Plague, and the Gree event. That's really it. There's a couple of little niche events here and there, some reputation things, but this is the first proper event we've had since, well, Bounty Brokers, I suppose, the gambling event maybe. There has not been much in terms of events in the game since 2.0, so this is definitely something that's hyped me up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this new event adds to the table. So, yeah, can't wait for 5.10.3, can't wait for 6.0. And there we have it, that's my video. Thank you all very much for watching. I really hope this has sort of been an insightful look at the future of Star Wars: The Old Republic and has hyped you up a little bit for May the 4th. Again, I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoy watching all the films and all the movies and stuff. Basically consuming as much Star Wars content as you can today, because that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.